week on Saffy Sprocket, we set off on an adventure, taking on Scotland's legendary NC 500, except in March. Not exactly the ideal time. To make things worse, Laura took a fall before we even got on the bikes. But turning back wasn't really our style, and so we pushed on anyway.
No, what I did, it's because I had too much stuff in my hands, and then like when I fell over, I had no hands to catch myself with.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. There's snow on the mountains. Isn't that nice?
You can barely see it.
Yeah, because it blends in with the white sky.
What's the matter? Are we learning something about camping mats today?
No.
Laura's brought an air camping mat instead of a winter one like I have. So she's been cold all evening.
Gonna be like a big baby on your channel.
I know, it's okay.
Constantly crying.
Laura, it's not because it's all about gear preparation, that's the thing.
Oh, I'm Saffy Sprocket and I'm so prepared for everything. Would you like to tell the camera, since you're so prepared, what you did last night?
Forgot to close my tank bag, so my tank bag's full of water.
So what did you do to fix that?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just gonna dry around with water in my tank bag. What a little dip. Very cold. My finger just felt like it was gonna freeze. As it turns out, that wasn't my only mistake. That morning I discovered I'd left all of my socks at home, which meant one single pair for the entire trip. Yeah, not ideal.
It's a bit chilly, Saffy. There's snow on the mountains.
It's okay. Snow is just water in holdable format.
Snow is just water in holdable format.
I don't think it's that out of date. Try it. You'll be fine.
Saffy's giving me out of date cheese and biscuits by not a couple of months, which is normal. Like 2 years.
I don't believe in sell-by dates.
If I'm not in the next video, you know why. Why?
I mean, the cheese is a little lumpy, but...
Yeah, this is where we slept. This is where we froze our asses off. Or at least I froze my ass off because I brought a summer camping mat. And Saffy told me that I should buy a winter one, but I was like, no, Saffy, this will be fine. As well. I should have listened. That's the land.
It is not easy to get off a soggy bike and climb into like a cold sleeping bag and then eat dry biscuits. Like it's not an easy thing to do. So definitely go easy on her, guys. I think she's slightly embarrassed because she's really struggling. And it's funny to me because I remember really struggling too. And I feel like I'm reliving my youth for her. This is what it's like having kids.
We have done so well waiting for the weather to change. It's still just a tiny bit, like mist. So it's not too bad, but we have sat in a coffee shop for about 3 hours because the weather forecast said it was going to clear at lunch. Ooh, I can see it. Can you see it on your phone?
Oh, it's really cute.
That's so rainbowy.
That is so rainbowy.
My ear is like bleeding. Only a little bit.
Why is your ear bleeding?
Don't know.
What? Let me see.
It's just a bit gross. Like,
No, but what's going on inside?
can you like see it?
Yeah, it's like bleeding from the inside. I don't know if that's good, you know. That usually means like concussion.
It'll be fine.
Okay, well that makes both of us. Look at you. Oh, let me get a picture of you. At least the sun is shining.
Oh, thank God for that. That morning, Laura and I had a quick rethink, and we decided to reroute our trip via Fort William to pick up a proper sleeping mat for her. But first, priorities. We had to fuel up the bikes, and of course, we had to get a little snack. And there was only one place that made sense, the biker favourite cafe, the Green Welly.
Plan for today. We left very late because there was a storm, and then just as it got sunny we were like, okay, time to leave, and then another storm came in, so now we're just riding in the rain again. As you've seen already, I was very cold last night, so today we have taken on a side quest of finding me a warmer mattress because my mattress last night was very, very cold.
Onwards and upwards, eh?
It's about anxiety just getting on the bike. What is that all about?
I don't know. I think it's just because it's hard to do. But I think it's like anything. It's like, you know, when you need to go to the gym and you're like, right, I'm going to go to the gym. And the hardest part is like getting to the gym. And then once you get there, you're totally fine.
It's like, I'm fine when I'm on the bike. It's just like leading up to getting on the bike, I produce so much anxiety.
I totally get that. I totally get that. There's so many trips where I've like set off a day or two later just because I've had like anxiety.
Because we're both totally like comfortable on the bike.
I would say we are pretty confident riders. I think we're pretty slow riders, but I think we're pretty confident riders, right?
Yeah.
But I think, and I don't know what it is, and I know that we're not the first people to talk about this. I know it's like really quite a widespread thing. I think part of it is just down to the fact that there are so many steps involved getting onto a bike. I don't know about you, but I often feel like really overwhelmed getting ready.
Look at that snow on the mountain. Oh my god, what are we doing here? Yeah, I mean, I haven't cried yet, so...
Yeah, okay, you might be having a bit of a cultural shock, but you're still plodding on, you know?
First petrol stop of the trip. I get off the bike awkwardly. Still. I can't bend my knee. Alright. Shut you off. How do I...
Yeah, so stick it in, twist.
Come on.
There we go.
So where do you put this?
You hold on to it, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not modern biking. I'm joking.
Hey!
This is my first petrol fill up in like almost a year. Sorry, I got excited.
Shall I take our gloves in and go get a seat?
Yeah,
We could just dump it next to mine after.
I'll do my best.
Mince pie, please.
What's the pie?
Yes, please.
$4.50, please.
Do I smell? Do I smell?
I don't know. All I can smell is how great my life is right now. Onwards and wetwards.
Yes, onwards and wetwards to a very snowy Glencoe.
So this is how Laura gets on a bike. Go. Yeah. You on? Right. We're basically just following this road over the mountain. It's gonna be like super slippery at the top. Just a heads up, okay? Because we're going over the mountain pass where the snow is, so be really prepared. Once we were fueled up and ready to go, it should have been a straightforward ride to Fort William, except for one small detail. Glencoe. The mountain is being closed overnight between 7 PM and 6 AM. It's fine because we're going before the time, but we just can't come back, basically. Holy shit. Oh.
Sake, Saffy, what is this?
I'm so sorry!
Why are we here?
I'm so sorry!
You put me on a death trap bike. For mountain passes.
I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry!
Holy balls. What? Look at that. You can't even see it because it's so white in the background.
I'm so sorry.
Look, Saffy, if you look up, you can see blue sky. Just one tiny little piece.
I didn't expect there to be snow in March. It's daffodil season.
I mean, I think this is more dangerous. If you can't hear that at home, Saffy just asked, what's worse, being eaten by midges in summer or being hit by snow in winter? Vote down below in the comments. Scotland. Oh, I know. So we just got to the Go Outdoors Centre shop in Fort William. We just rode an hour and a half to get here, and they closed early. It is 5:20. They were meant to close at 5:30, and now I can't get a sleeping mat for tonight. So I don't know what to do because it's very cold. As you can see, my hands are red raw, and today I was wearing actual winter gloves.
And at that point, after everything was already stacked against us, I decided it might be time to show Laura a little mercy. Have you ever felt so happy in your life?
I don't think I have, I'll be honest.
What a view of the wonderful snowy mountains. So this is abnormal. I'm not insane, because I'm sure I came this time last year and it was really sunny.
What did she say at the desk?
She says it's just come out of nowhere. It wasn't like this a few weeks ago. She said it was like full on spring. Because look, you wouldn't get daffodils if it was still going to snow. This isn't normal. I think we've just got really unlucky.
Of course we have. You know why? It's the Saffy code.
Oh! My do you like my socks, Laura? Made from Tampon packets. So women, if you ever need to keep your feet dry.
Wait, what are they?
The packets that you put used tampons in.
Oh,
Do you know in the toilets?
Put in the actual tampons down there because tampons soak up fluid.
I mean, that would be genius.
Well, that's why I called you genius.
No, do you
That,
mean?
I didn't call you genius for that.
Boik! There's a boik! What boik is it? There's a boik! There's a real boiker! Look at the boiker! I'm so excited!
We're meant to be the only bikers in
He's a boiker! He's a boiker! Look at that! Look, Ma, there's a boik! Is he parking his bike up next to ours?
No, he's really cute.
Oh my god! Close that window! Hey! Way!
I don't want to go downstairs now. This morning when we woke up, we were so cold, I was so cold, that Saffy decided that we should do a side quest and buy me a sleeping mat. So we took an hour and a half journey across Glencoe, which turned into like a 2.5 hour journey because of the snow. And we got to Go Outdoors at 5:20 to go and pick up this mattress, and it was meant to close at 5:30, but we got there and it was closed.
We got there
10
in
minutes
time.
early. But I also would like to say that I am so happy that it was closed, because if it wasn't closed,
I would have made you count.
Saffy would have made me count. Yes.
At the end of the day, when you're travelling by yourself and you check into a campsite, you spend about 15 quid, right? And what made me think about this the other day was when we both checked in, and I didn't realise campsites charge per person and not per tent. Or at least some of them do.
Yeah.
So when we checked into the campsite, we spent just as much money checking into a campsite as we did checking into a hotel with us travelling off season. I definitely don't feel like it would be like this if it was on season. I definitely think the campsite would be the cheaper option. But I'm just like, why struggle for the sake of struggling, right? Why not take the easy road? If there's no difference in money, screw it. Let's take the easy road. But where I do have a problem is where you get what I like to call finance creep. Okay, so if you check into a hotel and suddenly Laura's like, oh, should we have dinner out? No. Okay, because that's what starts taking us up. So we're sticking to our biscuit browns, we're sticking to our jam, and we're sticking to our wonderful military coffee. I think the most interesting thing about Laura whipping out face masks is the fact that she clearly planned this hotel all along. One does not carry face masks unless they intend to stop in a hotel.
Cheers, darling.
Chin chin!
This one was completely my fault.